Hi, this video is a live demonstration of Auctria. This demo is designed to show you the bidder experience, highlight the most commonly used features within Auctria to make your event and auction fundraiser soar. My name is Lori, and I'm going to take you through lots of screenshots and a couple demonstration websites so that you can get a real feel for what Auctria looks like. Auctria is both powerful and flexible. It was built from the ground up exclusively for event and auction fundraisers. Our core product and our entire product line so that you can depend on Auctria to stay hyper-focused on event fundraisers. Auctria runs all types of event and auction fundraisers. It's true, from the first donation to the last receipt and all the activity and bidding in between, Auctria makes it easy. No matter what type of auction, or even if you change your mind, Auctria is the perfect partner for silent, live, online, mobile, virtual live, donation-only fundraiser. Auctria really does it all. So let's talk a little bit about the couple types of fundraising auctions, and they kind of fall into three buckets right now. Either it's event-based, it's online, or virtual. And of course, you can have a hybrid of these. Event-based tend to be special events. You're going to need to attract some bidders, and typically you'll run a silent or live auction with a skilled auctioneer, add in a paddle raise. It takes effort and lead time and event planning because you have an event to plan as well as your auction fundraiser. Online auctions can reach a broader audience. There's a lower barrier to entry. Similar to traditional silent auctions, there's a start time and an end time, and the bidding process takes place in between, but is completely web-based. You do have to consider how to get the auction items to bidders post-auction when doing an online auction. A virtual auction is kind of the hybrid that's going on right now, and that's a way to keep the live auction energy, yet stay safe. Pair this with your auction live stream, and you've got a great match. It does take practice, so plan on rehearsing to make it perfect. The complete Auctria experience for the participant, the bidder, happens in 3 steps. Register, bid, win. Bidders must be registered to bid. They can register online directly or through the ticket sales process. You can preload bidders or register them manually if they show up the door. If you have texting on your plan, they can also text to register. Time for the fun stuff, the bidding. Bidding at an event during a silent auction is in the form of paper bid sheets. With Auctria, they're all formatted, nice and pretty and organized, using Auctria forms that you can configure and print with ease. You can also print display pages to display alongside of your silent auction, and if you need gift certificates, you can print those too. In a live auction, the bidder will raise their paddle and spotters will record their final bids. Online auctions typically run over a number of days. After the bidder is registered and finds something that they like, they just quick tap the Bid Now button and they are in the action. Along the way, the bidder can star favorite items to keep an eye on their preferred auction items or make a donation. Online bidding with Auctria has built-in notifications for bidder status to indicate if they are the current highest bidder, which is indicated by that green there, or if they have been outbid, and you'll see a red notification. Those are on screen. Online bidders also receive email notifications. Online bidders can place proxy bids, where the bidder records the max that they're willing to bid, and the system rebids in increments as necessary to go to the max. If it goes higher, they can rebid. Virtual live auction is similar to online because the bidding takes place online. However, this is intended to be paired with a live stream event. The admin is controlling what is shown on the bidder's screen on a special page. The bidder is focused on the live auction item. They can quick tap to bid or make a donation during the paddle raise. The live stream itself is not directly part of this feature. We recommend bidders watch your live stream on a separate device and have their phone dedicated to bidding. Some favorite online auction accelerators are proxy bidding and anti-sniping. You can really skyrocket an online auction with these two features. Going online can expand the bidder pool. And as you know, the more bidders, the more bids come in. Let's talk about these. Anti-sniping means that if a bid comes in just prior to the auction closing, it extends the bidding window each time a new bid is placed. Each of these times are configured by you, the admin. Proxy bidding allows a bidder to put in the max that they are willing to spend on an item, and the system automatically rebids when they are outbid. Both online features increase the bottom line for final bids. Auction income propels when the bidders continue to bid the items up, right? Online bidders automatically receive emails for high bid and outbid notices. If texting is enabled, they will receive outbid notices by text as well. Online bidding and notifications continue after the bidding closes with an item 1 notification. If you have credit cards enabled, bidders will see a pay account online button and click to settle up their account. Or, if they prefer, bidders can view the status of their account anytime, check on active bids, purchases, donations, add a credit card, and make a payment for any outstanding balance. With Auctria, every event fundraiser has its own dedicated website. And of course, as you can tell, we make this easy. With templates to match your fundraising activities, you just modify the images and the branding. You can customize them as much as you want, or get them up and running as quickly as you want. Let's take a look at a few of these. This is a sample event to showcase tickets and cash donations. I'm going to scroll down here, and you can see I have for sale tickets as well as a cash donation. So if somebody wanted to add this to the cart, they would do so and go ahead and check out, continue to add their information that's related to their purchase. This auction has a little more information on it. And I am logged in, as you can tell by this pencil here, as the admin, because I want to show you two pieces of this. This one is a live online auction. This would be paired with a virtual live stream. So when I go to the live auction tab, this is your live auction controller. This is where you're actually manipulating and showing what's going to show up on somebody's screen, whether it be their mobile device, a tablet, whatever bidding device they're using. So you can see I have 1 week at Lakeside Camp open, pre-bidding is open, and I have the winning bid because I've clicked through this in the past. So if you want to change this to a different auction item, I can go to Next Up, and I can look at the Ferrari Fantasy. Now you can see that that's the activity that's going on right now, the Ferrari Fantasy. And on the bidder's phone or tablet or wherever they're bidding from, now they see the bidding Ferrari and they can quick tap to bid and place a bid. Then you, as the admin, will be able to see all the bidding that happened and what the status is. That way the auctioneer can chat about it and increase the bidding. And when you want to close it, you can close it now, you can close in 15 seconds and tab along any of those. Now let's talk about the Auctria experience for the user. There's 3 key steps for the administrator. They will plan the event, run the event, and close the event. The complete Auctria experience happens in those 3 steps. Let's first talk about planning an online auction. You'll need to decide on a time frame, set up a dedicated website. You're going to want to include the anti-sniping and the proxy bidding that I talked about, so you want to make some modifications to those. And the Auctria mobile app is the perfect accompaniment to an online auction, so bidders can see immediate notifications on their device. So you want to make sure you get the word out on that too. If you're planning an in-person event fundraiser, you're going to want to sell tickets. Printables are nice and neat and organized with Auctria, so you'll want to make sure you prepare your bid sheets, your display pages, and your auction catalog. With Auctria, you can manage tables, and of course, the dedicated website for a catalog preview is a great option. This is a list. It's hardly inclusive, but it does have the most commonly used features globally for any sort of fundraiser, including live, online, event, etc. And Auctria can do that. Preview your auction catalog, bidder registration, bidder email notifications, mobile app and notifications, integrated credit card processing, online payments, dedicated website, accept donations, sponsor page, donors page, and a sponsorship information. When you look at specialized features for your auction, Auctria has a list there too. So for event-based, you've got your admission tickets, check-in, table management, print your bid sheets, display pages, catalog. Of course, you can run your silent live and paddle raise. For your online and event-based, you've got your online bidding, virtual auction, you've got a virtual paddle raise. You can run it for extended days, multiple days. And like I said before, you have your proxy bidding and your anti-sniping. The biggest difference between the two of these is closing the event. For an event-based auction, it's a manual close. For an online-based event, it's an auto close. Fund a need, paddle raise, give from the heart. It's pretty much all the same concept, but it's a straight up ask for donation. If you're doing this at a live event, you'll use a spotter to track the paddles that are physically raised. And online, you'll have donation buttons on your website. Of course, this is all easy to track and rolls up for final payments within the Auctria system. Like I said, we call administrators users, and there are multiple user permission levels. So you can invite all sorts of auction team members to help in accordance with their job duty and how much you want them to help. To run the auction, invite the auction team to help. Web-based is so that to run the auction, invite the auction team to help. Auctria is web-based, so the data is always live and current, making collaboration easy. You want to load your auction items, make your credit card connectivity, set up your website, and start promoting. Auctria tracks the items as well as all the other items that you may be selling. Other parts of the auction that can be managed within the Auctria program are managed as items are for sale items, donations, raffles, buy it now, multiple quantities, partial. Partial is really good for all those little bits and pieces that come in and then you collect them all together and you create a basket. So of course there's baskets available, and sponsorships can be sold on your website also. Each will have its own title, description, photos, and information about the donor. Closeout is easy with Auctria. You want to load in any sort of final bids, collect the balances, and wrap it up nice and tidy with some reports. There are many ways that groups handle closeout with Auctria, and many times they change from year to year based on their experiences. There is no right or wrong way here. I'll share with you from this image, you can see there's lots of options, and you'll choose what fits best for your team. The big picture is that you're going to record the final bid, purchases, and donations. You want to collect the payment and provide a bidder statement via email, hard copy, or text. I have an entire webinar on auction closeout. So if you want to view that and find out some more details as it relates to each of these, I suggest you take a look at that webinar and you can decide what works best for you. So let's talk about what it looks like inside the Auctria platform. I have a prepared video to share this information with you so that I make sure I caught everything that's important. This is what the inside of Auctria looks like. I'm clicking on the first tab up here, Dashboard, and it gives me a great summary of the number of items, bidders, and total income. In this bottom part, I'm looking at my item summary as well as my income summary. Anything that's blue here is drillable. I can click on any of these and it'll take me to the details that's related to those. Now I'm going to slide on down to the organization. If you're brand new to Auctria, you're going to want to go ahead and set up the details that are related to your organization. So all I did was click on organization, and then I've got your details, your name, your email, your phone number. Pretty simple, right? Go ahead and connect your social media,
and your organization logo so that you can brand everything appropriately. Items are the heart of the auction. So I can either get there by clicking the little green button or slide down here to items on the left-hand side. You can see I have a lot of items already listed in this auction, and it has a little pie chart here that shows me by type. And it also has by category. I'm going to show you how to use categories also. So if you want to add a new item, you click the plus button, add new item, or right here I can click the plus button also. It takes me to the same place. And then I put in the title, I put in the type, and type is just a drop down, silent, live, online, partial. Partial is what you're going to use for all those little bits and pieces that come in, and you're going to put them together as a basket later. And then you have categories. These are configurable by you as the administrator. So I've put in a bunch of categories here so that people can quickly find what they're looking for in their catalog. So you decide what categories you want to include. And for the rest of the item, you're going to go ahead and put in a description, terms and conditions, choose the donor that donated the auction item, or if you need to add the donor, you can do so also. Go ahead and put in pricing if you want to do that now, as well as any sort of bidding rules, online bidding hours, and images. It's important that you include images. If you put multiple images in, it'll show up on your auction catalog online as a great little carousel. And then come back up to the top, click Save Item. Connecting your credit card processor to Auctria is easy. There's two choices, Authorized.net and Stripe.com. If you're already an Authorized.net user, go ahead and connect it. If you don't have either one, we'll bottom line it for you. Stripe.com is the way to go. You go ahead and click on Open or Connect Stripe and follow the prompts as you go along. In order for your auction to do well, you're going to need some bidders. Bidders can either pre-register online or you can import a list of bidders. You do this through our import upload file. To set up your bidder registration, you can go ahead and get the details behind the scenes. Do you want to automatically assign the numbers? Do you want to enable online bidders? Do you want to offer online payments? Go ahead and click on each of these pencils, click down on each one and see which one is relevant to you, and then click the check button afterwards. When you're at the event and you want to check in bidders, that's easy too. It's not a requirement for Auctria for you to check in bidders. But if you want to do so for your own clarification, this is the easiest way to do it. Cynthia Roberts is in front of you. You simply click in the radio button. It's green and now she's here. I can also see that Cynthia has a credit card on file. Let's take a look at another person. Here's Rhonda Clark. Let's go ahead and check her in. And I notice she doesn't have a credit card on file. If she'd like to leave one, I click the plus button and I can either swipe her card or manually put in her information. To swipe the card, here's the details on that. Printing all your documents within Auctria is super easy too, and it makes everything look neat, orderly, and professional. You can do your bid sheets, your catalog, display pages, gift certificates. You can also print bidder statements as well as donor receipts. Tickets within the Auctria system is referring to tickets that are actually purchased to attend an event. So you may sell tickets for food or raffles. That's not what I'm referring to here. This is for attending an event. So I can go ahead and set up my tickets to sell. I can add a new ticket item, put in the details, the title, pricing, how many tickets are included if I want to do multiples. Do you want to create a table afterwards? Scroll down and check on everything that's relevant. If you want to put a really cool image in there, go ahead and add that at the same time. Then I hit Create Ticket Item. From this area, you can also send out e-tickets, ticket statements, as well as run reports on tickets sold, etc. Every auction needs a website, whether you're creating it for an online viewing catalog or just have a presence on the web, or whether you're actually going to do online bidding. Each of these examples has a preview template as well as a select button. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a donations only website. I'm going to do select template. Yes, I definitely want to do it. I want to put in a name. Check the green box. And now I can view my website. It's that easy. If you want to edit your website, come down to the little pencil, and then this gives you all your editing tools. If I want to add a section, I just grab it, pull it over, and there's basic sections like rows. There's row elements. I can include a catalog, a footer, the details, and there's even pre-built sections in here. Say I want to include some instructions for a bidder to show them how to register. I click on that, and it automatically loads directly into the system. Here's how you can view what this would look like on a mobile device. And then I can go back to my event dashboard and continue working. Bidding can happen a couple different ways within the Auctria system. You can record bids individually for each item and each person. Go ahead and you can put in the bid, the purchase, a donation. I'll go ahead and choose item number 20 and the bidder number, and then the amount that final bid was, and then record bid. Get an indicator up here that the bid was recorded. Another way to do this is through the quick bid entry page, and it's right here. It's telling you how to do it. So on the quick bid entry page, this is optimized for keyboard usage. If you have a stack of silent auction pages in front of you, you can quickly go through, put in the item number, tab over, put in the bidder number, put in the amount, and record. And then it pops right down and the recording information was successful. Go ahead and move on to your next auction item. Put in your bidder number, same thing, the amount, and then record. And it pops down here also. You can see all your detailed information. No auction is complete without reports, and we've got a plethora. If I tab across the top, this is all the reports that are related to items, donors, bidders, financial. So on any report, you can go ahead and click these three little dots, and this will give you your options. You can choose your columns and include or exclude any of these items that you want on your report. Of course, down at the bottom, this one's a big one, I can click on my actions button and export them to any, export to PDF, Excel, or a CSV file.
And this demo is just the beginning of the resources that are available. We have Auctria concept pages and quick start guides are a great place to get started and get acquainted with the Auctria program. They walk you through key setup screens of your auctions step by step, screen by screen. It's also a great place to start for some inspiration. Remember, Auctria has been used in over 29,000 auctions, so you'll see lots of features in there. A wide variety of options have been added to make every effort to cover almost all the what ifs or can we's. So when you go through the quick start guides, not all the steps will be applicable, but it may give you some inspiration on how you want to plan your event. There's also continued reading for additional articles. You can watch past webinars on playback. There's all sorts of resources and timelines and checklists for you and your team to stay organized. Depending on the plan you choose will dictate the support options. Most groups choose a plan with email and chat support. And there's 3 ways to demonstrate Auctria once you leave here. There are the admin view dashboard. There is the bidder view online, and there's the bidder view of the website, which looks like the websites that I showed you. So you can see it from 3 different perspectives. We post daily to Facebook and Twitter, so join us there. If you want your auction shared, tag us and we'll reshare it. Pictures and videos all make the post more appealing, so include those too. There's two things I wanted to point out also. Join our Facebook group, Auction Team Talk. There's all sorts of auction teams that hang out there and chat amongst themselves, and we do chime in if there's some interesting information that's related directly to Auctria. We also have a YouTube channel, and we've got all sorts of videos on there too. So thanks for joining.